Welcome back.
So this week on One Piece.
I hate you so much. This is not One Piece, the podcast. Welcome back, everybody. We took a few weeks off just because of scheduling issues. So you guys will have us now good for a while. These past 3 weeks have been very interesting, I'll have to say. So what's the animal?
So I showed Morgan while you were back here to do that. I caught a raccoon.
Wait, what? You caught a raccoon? Oh my god.
Thing's probably like 4 months old. And then we released it a couple days later because we found its mom.
You caught a raccoon?
Yeah, we caught a raccoon.
What was his 4-day name?
She didn't have a name. She was probably about 4 months old. She had a tail that was maybe five inches long. So real short. She was real pale coloring. It's the cutest little thing. But she was so aggressive.
What was the where did you guys, just outside the house?
No, the corner of Brendo where you go on the back road towards Walmart.
How did you find how? Like
it was just sitting in the fucking road playing around, so I fucking stopped. And then we spent like 30 minutes trying to get it out of a tree.
Okay, you rescued a raccoon.
Yeah, I got a raccoon.
Okay, I was gonna be like, hey, yeah, we just got a kitten, I have a firearm now, but I think that beats everything is the fact that you got, oh my god, it looks like a Pokemon, dude. It doesn't look real. It looks photoshopped.
Yeah, that's that tree on the corner. There's that road right there.
Because when you text me, hey, I have a story for the podcast, I caught an animal. My first thought was like, okay, maybe a bird or like something. Like
another cat or some shit.
Yeah, like there's no way it's going to be a raccoon.
No, I got a raccoon.
What the hell, dude? Oh. I love it so much. Then you found its mother?
Yeah, we drove up the road a little bit, like a couple days later, and saw like larger raccoon with two other ones that were about her size.
And so you were like, "Oh my god, we found your family."
Yeah. So we took it over back to that area and dropped her off.
That's awesome.
She was not happy.
Well, no.
Almost got bit. Like she pinched my finger. Didn't manage to break the skin, so everything's fine.
But she was like, "Get off me. Leave me alone."
She liked kitten food.
Well, okay, I can believe that. Fucking raccoon.
Yeah. We got a raccoon.
It's just going to be the episode of this. The title of this episode is We Caught a Raccoon.
I climbed like 30 feet up that tree to get that fucking raccoon.
Just to get the raccoon? I hate...
It got to the point where I couldn't follow it anymore, so I climbed down, we drove around for a sec, and I hid behind, there's a well pump station right there.
Yeah.
So I hid behind that until she came down just far enough to where I could creep around the tree with a blanket and fucking grab her.
Steve Irwin would be very proud of this.
We took her home, we fed her, we watered.
She's not a plant.
And we kept her in a crate just in case she had rabies.
But I love the picture of her like in a ball.
Yeah, she's just balled up.
She's just ball at that
And
point.
all you see is a fucking tail.
Yes, I love it. She was probably like, I hate my life now. I'm gonna die.
I tried to show someone at the car wash and they were like, "You didn't catch a fucking raccoon." I went, "Yeah, I did." And they went, "Nah, you just took a picture of it from the distance." And I went, "I have a picture of it in the fucking kennel, bitch." Try me.
Oh, the poor little thing. I don't know what to expect anymore. The next time you're like, hey, I have a story for the podcast. It's going to be this. And I'm just going to be like, what the fuck could he have done? It doesn't even have to be animals now, because that just threw me out of left field.
Next animal is either a fox or a possum.
Like Sebastian, why do you have a water buffalo in your backyard?
Caught it.
I caught it. Well, how do you?
Where?
This isn't a Tauros. They don't go in the Pokeball. How the?
God, I want a Tauros.
You don't need a Tauros.
Tauros is badass.
Which one?
Yes.
Okay, original Tauros isn't that badass.
In the anime, he's insane. He's badass.
In the anime,
I love Tauros.
Until Mewtwo holds up an army of Taurises.
I've lost track. Is that even canon at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
The Mewtwo movie is canon. I think it's the only one that's canon, though.
I believe so.
I don't believe any of the other ones are canon.
I know Luigi 2000's not.
Entei isn't.
I lose track.
Darkrai isn't. Lucario is. Lucario is. Hoopa is. There's so many.
I love the fact that we went from 3 to like 7.
Yeah.
And you completely skipped over like the Celebi movie.
Well, the Celebi one isn't.
Well, Celebi one could be, and it could just be a different universe canon.
Okay.
It could be the fucking universe for Mega canon. Because Megas are technically a different universe.
Yeah.
From a timeline split from the canon and Unova?
I believe so.
Pokemon one.
Yeah, I believe. Yeah.
The amount of energy to basically split the universes.
Well, because what? In the first game, we learned that it was an invasion. In Hoenn, we learned that Pokemon have been around since the medieval times.
Yeah.
And
Phoebe.
I don't know what your name is yet.
Beep.
He's Beep.
Oh my god.
I don't know what his name is yet. This one is mine. He's Beep. Khabib. Khabib. Oh, you're good, buddy. So the story about this little guy is crazy, dude. So the guy that we got him from used to be a corrections officer. And so he was working out in Artesia and he was almost home here in Roswell, and he gets a notification on his Ring cameras in his backyard. And he just sees a bunch of people hanging over his fence, like trying to get in. So he whips around. Dude's a big guy. I was surprised. And he was like, he asked him like, hey, what the fuck are you trying to do in my backyard? And they were like, our cat went into your tree. So he was like, oh, okay. So he goes, he brings this little guy down. Red flag number 1.
Yeah.
And he takes him to the people. And he, as you can tell, he has not stopped purring. He loves being on people. He starts freaking out, scratching, meowing, and the people hold him. He scratches the lady. She drops him. He goes back in the tree. So he goes, all right, are you sure this is your cat?
All right, get the fuck out of my yard.
And they go, yeah, this is our cat. And he says he recognized one of the people. And he was like, oh, really? And the lady goes, yeah, I've always wanted to get a cat for my daughter. And he goes, I thought this was your cat. She goes, no, like this is a cat we just got. We just paid for him. And he was like, he's 6 weeks. He's not
ready to be.
Yeah, he's not ready. He's around 6 weeks old. And she was like, can you just get our cat? And he goes, how about you just get out? Leave. Yeah, how about you do that? And so he was like, I wish we could find his family. And I was like, do you know how hard that's going to be for a kitten like this size? And he was like, yeah. And then so I showed him the most iconic picture of Nugget that I have where she's just being chunk. And I was like, he's going to have a sister. He'll be fine. He'll be in a good home. And he was like, yeah, I think so. Because I have like reverse Jesus Nugget picture. Let me show you. I'm gonna put this on the pod too, because I'm gonna put the image up of this picture of Nugget. She was not happy that the camera was in her face.
I bet.
So, yep, we don't know what his name is going to be, but he's safe here. He
Mighty
likes
Mouse.
beards. What?
Mighty Mouse.
Mighty Mouse. What is it? What is it, Popeyes? What is it? Okay. I love you. Bye. I will. He will be fine. She will.
Timekeepers.
She will probably beat me
She
up.
actually was meowing looking for him.
She finally found a friend, and
She's
she.
like, hello? Where'd you go?
Yep. She finally found the friend that she always wanted. And he's like, bro, I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm just. What is this place? Who are these people? Why do they all have toys? What did you
I
say?
just sent you over to
Use.
for that.
Oh my god! So we could put it. We could put the raccoon on the podcast. Our love for animals exceeds nothing. Beeb. He. There's nothing behind those eyes yet. Just curiosity. And maybe gas. That's it.
Full Buster.
Full Buster. Full Buster.
Right.
Oh! Yeah, he kind of acts like Gray. He doesn't really care too much.
Yeah.
He's just gonna be happy. No matter what. This is your new home. So, I started wrestling training.
Yeah. How's that going?
That shit hurt. They were my coach was very surprised at that I was able to pick it all back up like it was nothing.
Yeah.
Because they were like, you're gonna bump on a Tempur-Pedic mattress, and then you're gonna bump on this like the gymnastic pads, but it was old, so it had no pad. It had no
padding's like spread to the edge.
Yes, so it was like, he was like, it's gonna hurt more than the ring, and I was like, okay. And then so one of the guys, he goes up and he's like, yeah, it took me like 3 weeks to get this. Don't worry, dude. Just go at your own pace. And I was like, I've done this before, but I don't know if I'm gonna get it. Halfway through the practice, he was like, all right, yeah, you're ready. And I was like, yeah. My back. And my back didn't hurt because of the bumps. My back hurt because of shooting off the ropes. Because like there were 2 lines in my back of just tight muscles, and I was trying to go to work and lift, and I'm like, oh, this is fine. And then those muscles pull, and I'm like, ah.
This is all right. This is fine. This is
Yes. I have a gargoyle. He's so small. Me and Chris, we are heading to Salt Lake City for Labor Day weekend. This is gonna suck. This drive. So Saturday night, we have to drive up to Albuquerque, meet with the group Sunday morning, drive all the way up to Salt Lake City, have one of the guys work the show, and then drive all the way back. And then that Tuesday, I have to drive all the way up to Albuquerque for training to drive all the way back. Life of wrestling, man. Yeah, because he was like, does anybody want to drive up with me to Salt Lake City? I was like, I'll ask Chris. Chris was like, yeah, we can do it, but is he for real? And I was like, he has the booking. Like, he has to go. And he wanted to travel with people, and nobody else was going to say anything. So then, yeah, we'll go. So my boss is from Utah, so I was explaining a little bit of the situation. And she was like, watch out for those deer. I was like, why? I was like, that's it? Also? Like, that's the only thing you have to say to this entire weird situation is watch out for the deer? And she was like, yeah, those deer, man, they're the size of small cars. They're not like New Mexico deer. They're tough. And I was like, is this a Ford commercial? That's the part that got me was the fact that it was like the deer. That's it. She was like, the drive from Albuquerque to one of the other towns before you hit the border, she was like, it's boring. I was like, Roswell to Vaughn boring? Because that drive's not boring to me. A lot of people say it is, but I'm like, it's open road. It's nice. Pretty. She was like, yeah, it's a little bit like that. But once you get into Colorado, you have little towns about every other hour. And I was like, shit, okay.
Sounds annoying.
It does.
I'd rather have like
nothing.
I'd rather have like 500 miles of just nothing.
Of nothing. But then you're going to get to every other little town. I'm like,
sounds like a lot of slowing down from 120 for me.
120 to 30. Oh, there's a 90-mile difference just instantly. Yeah, because I have to go through BFE again for no reason.
I have something.
Oh God, what? Oh my God, it's a Greninja. It's a black one. Oh, it's a shiny Greninja.
You can also have a Froakie and a Frogadier. I have 6 more of them.
I'm so excited. Thank you. So, So we watched the Pokemon World Championships before we went to the Off the Ropes' first show a few weeks back. I didn't realize how competitive Pokemon Go is.
Yeah.
I didn't think so, because Morgan's thinking about getting into it.
GoFest is insane.
But the world
like that.
Yeah, so I have no like knowledge of the power rankings. I have nothing. This is more of a U-type thing. But when I watched it, because my immediate thought for like the Pokemon Go World Championships, I was like, is it going to be competitive? Like, is it really going to be that competitive? And then the combinations of teams, I was like, well, you don't see this in the VGC at all. It's like a Lickitung and a Zoroark and then like a Guzzlord, and like I was like, this doesn't make sense.
Well, basically in Pokemon Go you don't have immunities.
Oh, okay.
And type advantages are kinda iffy. But you can do damage to any Pokemon with basically anything. The only move I've found that doesn't do damage is on one of the most busted fucking Pokemon, and it upsets me so bad.
What is it?
It's fucking Slacking. He cannot, his first move, which you cannot change, his quick move, is Yawn.
Oh.
And it does 0 damage.
Oh, that sucks.
So he's tanky as shit.
But he does nothing.
But you're sitting there tanking until you can get your strong move.
Oh, okay. So, because I saw like a Sableye take down a Deoxys.
Yeah.
Just off speed. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I'm sitting here because we have heavily gotten into the Pokemon TCG. Yeah. And so I was like, I already love the VCG. I love the TCG. I'll watch Pokemon Go World Championship. I'll watch the final day. I won't watch the competition leading up to it, but I'll watch the final day. So I watched the final day and I get into like the semifinals of the bracket, and one guy just like completely takes out a Deoxys with a Sableye, and my immediate thought was, what is this game? Because this isn't Pokemon.
Yeah, you've got to think speed at what the moves come out, because you don't get turns, you just have to fucking sit there and tap, and certain moves run faster than others. Animation speeds, how fast you can charge your charged moves.
Oh, okay.
If you can have multiple charged moves.
Okay.
Which one's gonna work better? Which one does higher damage?
Oh shit. Okay. So it's like It's meta. Like,
Yeah,
you
I
have
don't-
yeah.
I don't do the competitive shit. I'm just here for shinies.
Shit, dude, because like the TCG, I don't know how you qualify for it either. Because like the TCG, you have to get 600 championship points, which is double what you had to get before. Which it has like a bunch of YouTubers kind of like grinding every Tuesday and Thursday, and then all the actual events. For the VCG, I think you have to place top like 16 in different events to do it to get the invitation. But I don't know how you would do it for Pokemon Go.
I would imagine it's based on rankings in like Master League battles.
That would probably have to be it.
I'm not sure. I also do have some perfect stat Pokemon that are fucking amazing, and then some that are just trash. Like I have a perfect stats Claydol that I call Perfect
Oh.
Wuss
Okay.
because his combat power is shite. Like his max combat power is 2202.
Okay.
And I also have a perfect stats Rayquaza, whose max combat power is like a little over 4,000 of 4 mega.
So what is the like the top max power that you can get in Pokemon Go?
Honestly, I'm not sure.
Because it like the one thing that threw me off the most too is like the way the each different version of the Pokemon games, they're the people who won the matches would react. So like TCG, it's a handshake, it's a thank you for the match, and then they like, you know, they'll throw their fist in the air or do something cool.
Yeah.
For the VGC, it was a little bit more of like a little bit more emotion on that. And then for Pokemon Go, saw a dude like jump out of his chair and like go ah, and I was like, what the fuck am
You're
I?
putting in work for that shit, my boy.
I was like, what the fuck is this, dude?
You're sitting there fucking. You gotta know when to hold your shields for, what you're doing, swapping so you can save a charged move for a later.
God damn, this is an actual Pokemon battle, just not the way that we want it.
So the highest CP possible is on a slacking, which I just said
Yeah,
trash.
trash
Hate it.
Pokemon.
Hate it. The highest CP is 5,010.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah.
Because Morgan wants to get into it. She's been debating if she wants to get into it, just for like fun. Since we're stuck with the TCG, like we want to actually go to tournaments and do all that. Like Pokemon Go, I think would be fun since we travel, and then me, since I'm gonna have to travel a lot for wrestling, I was like I could just catch things that she doesn't have.
Yeah.
And then we have you. We have you.
I'm always here for extra shit.
We have you as our farming guy.
I'm currently sitting here with 110 shiny Pokemon that a lot are repeats.
What do you see? So that was my thing though, is because I was like the like one dude just like went when he went like that, I was wondering what kind of fever dream I was watching right now. Because you just see them on their phones and they're doing this, and then he acts like he won the NBA finals, and I'm like, my boy, my guy.
Yeah, no, it gets pretty hype.
And it's the semifinals, like it's not even the championship match, and I'm like, my guy, my dude. Because like the that's why I like the TCG community, because they're all just chill about it. They're like, oh yeah, I won. Like the guy who won Worlds.
This game.
Yeah, the guy who won Worlds. So he was the underdog the entire tournament. He went up against a guy who has won every championship but the World Championship. So it's literally David versus Goliath. And then when they asked him, when the dude that won, because they had to go into overtime, so it was each person gets one turn, and whoever gets the most prize cards out of those turns wins. He got 2. The other guy, the guy who won, got 4. And I was like, I was confused, and I looked at Morgan and I was like, how does he do that? I can barely get 1 a turn, and he got 4. She was like, he's the world champion. And I was like, yeah. But then they were asking him like, how do you feel? It's your world championship. And he was like, I feel good. It's good. And they were like, well, do you want to thank anybody? And he was like, well, my friends in the front row that are all clapping right now. And then he just started naming everybody from his local TCG shop. And I was like, this is the greatest thing in the world.
I'd just start listing cards.
Mew VMAX.
Just listed off the prize cards.
Is there anybody you want to thank? Every card that I got to win. But yeah, I was like, holy shit, the TCG community is cool. And so I was watching a vlog on a dude who went to Yokohama this year for the World Championships. And he made it to day 2, is as far as I got. But he was like, I shouldn't be here, honestly. Some of those decks that you make, you're just like, oh God. Either this is going to be the greatest thing in the world, or I'm getting out in the first 2 hours and I just paid all this money to go to Japan to not even compete.
Right.
So,
Oh. Yeah, these are all my perfect stat Pokemon.
I like the Zapdos.
Yeah.
And then
This one pissed me off. It's a perfect stat shiny of a shit Pokemon.
Kricketune. Galgi. Cherim. Oh, wait, is that what Pikachu's that one?
The Rockstar Pikachu.
Okay. That's awesome.
And I've got a Shadow Dugtrio, and Shadows are great because they do extra attack damage,
Oh, okay.
but they have a lower CP.
Oh, okay.
Their max CP is lowered compared to others.
But they do higher attack,
Mm-hmm.
so it just evens out.
Pretty much, but I think the attack bonus is better than the CP bonus you get.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got Rayquaza here, who is perfect stat, and he's a best buddy. Like, you spend so much time with him, and you can get a CP boost for it.
Oh, okay.
Like right now, he's sitting at 3451, but if I swap him over to my buddy slot, go away, Gyarados.
No. Okay.
If I swap him over, he turns into a 3506 from a 34.
Oh, okay. So, okay. I think we're gonna have to try Pokemon Go. We're gonna have to try it. Get Pokemon Go going.
I think they've announced the next. They have not announced the next community day yet. Mega Diancie is showing up soon.
Morgan gave me some advice for him. One, give Nugget some love because Nugget doesn't want to be replaced.
Yeah.
2, make sure he has, if when I get the dry food, because I have an order at Walmart ready for him, to put water in it so he doesn't choke, because he almost choked on Nugget's food. Oh, poor little guy. You've had an interesting couple of days, haven't you, dude? So what other tournament would we do?
What?
For the pod? Because we will have the best animated Scooby-Doo tournament, and it's
I
non-biased.
still gotta run through all those ones that have
The Hex Girls in
the
it.
Hex Girls. And I don't care what you say, that's gonna be at the top of
Oh no! Oh no! I'm making
she's, She's winning.
I'm making the bracket hard. I'm making it almost impossible for the Hex Girls to advance unless you guys really want to get rid of good ones for the Hex Girls.
Down.
Oh, I'm making it because the Hex Girls have only appeared in 2 movies, but 3 episodes.
But they're great movies.
The Legend of the Vampire,
Which is amazing.
which really didn't have that much music in it, and then the one that had all the music in it, Zombie Island.
Mhm.
But also, but could Legend of the Vampire make it past Cyber Chase? Which was a really good one. See, exactly. I'm going to make this to the point where it's very hard. There's going to be a lot of filler ones where we're like, okay, we don't really care.
Yeah.
Like Scooby-Doo meets Batman, Brave and the Bold.
Yeah.
Like nobody really cares about that. But Scooby-Doo and the Legend of a Vampire versus Scooby-Doo meets Courage the Cowardly Dog.
Legend of the Vampire wins that one.
Oh, okay. See?
I love Courage, but
I had to think.
there's different levels of nostalgia there. Being the reason I'm into fucking...
Yeah. I had to tell Chris too, because he was like, the Hex Girls are winning the entire thing. And I was like, no, you both have to be unbiased.
It's a 2-1 vote, Don.
Then there's no point of a tournament. And then it depends, like, what happens if
It's literally who's gonna take second place, and it's gonna be Cyberjay.
see, it might not be. He might do the alien one. And then it depends. Because there's the Loch Ness Monster, Aloha Scooby-Doo, Monster of Mexico. So who's going to...
Monster of Mexico was good. Aloha Scooby Doo, Loch Ness Monster, I don't remember much about. I don't remember very well, which means probably not the best.
There's the Egyptian one that I remember a little bit about.
So it's gonna come down to
Like the one...
Alien versus AI.
Yeah. Just like our world now.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Oh, I broke Kalina the other day.
Oh, God, what'd you do?
She was sitting there talking about the whole simulation thing. Like, everybody thinks we're in a simulation kind of shit.
Mm-hmm.
And I brought up to her, I went, if we are in a simulation, that makes us the AI that we are currently afraid of.
Yes.
That makes us the AI that we are afraid of developing.
Yes.
And she just kind of looked at me and went, what? And I went, well, if you think about it, if we're in a simulation, we are an AI that has been evolving and learning and has become self-aware. And that is what we're afraid of creating.
Oh, no.
That's what Elon Musk has been warning people about with AI.
Yeah. And so now she's like...
And she just kind of broke when I said that. And I went, at that point, it doesn't really matter if we are in a simulation because we are self-aware at that point.
Yeah. And we are building the next step to the simulation, which is a new simulation.
Yeah. We are creating simulations within simulations.
I think somebody did that for The Sims.
Yeah.
They did that. They've already tested that, where that they gave The Sims a little piece of AI software, and the Sims were able to create a replica of the Sims within the game. And we're playing The Sims. Hi, Nugget. She's like, I don't know.
You don't want to be scooped?
No,
Well, let's do that.
she doesn't like being catgunned.
You get scooped.
I love catgunning her though. You better be okay with that. That's your life now, dude. You're gonna be catgunned. And it's when I feel like you're gonna be catgunned. Not even when you want to come up with some loves. You're getting catgunned no matter what. Everything that she gets put through, you get put through. You're doing very good, Mama. So we thought that you were gonna hiss and bap him, but instead you're just like, yo,
What is this?
what is this thing? She's like, why is this one a different color? Ooh.
Then I saw that interview saying that we've got like 10 years until video games and things like that are indistinguishable from reality.
The thing that gets me the most about that is the fact that and I do have a lot of older people, not like elderly, but older people that I work with at the hospital. And one of them, he's a big movie guy, but he can't tell the difference between fan-made trailers, fan-made images, compared to the real thing. So he came up to me and he got mad at me because I had to distinguish the difference, because he was like, Donovan, they've already filmed Secret Wars. And I was like,
But they haven't.
I was like, no. And he's like, I have the trailer. Let me show you. So he showed me the trailer and I was like, Iron Man 1, Civil War, Guardians of the Galaxy 2. And
These are all clips.
these are all clips. And he's like, you just have to ruin everything. And I was like, you can go on believing what you want, dude. But
But you're going to be disappointed when you realize that this movie is not done. It's not even started yet.
and he was like, how do you know they haven't filmed it? And I was like, why would they wait 3 years to put it out then? He's like, yeah, you're right.
And why would they put so many clips from the other movies in it?
I was like, Whiplash is dead also. And they put him from Iron Man 2. Like, that doesn't work. So I can tell that we're starting to get to the point where the older generations aren't going to be able to tell what is either a deep fake or a fan-made thing.
Yeah.
And so we're getting dangerous at that point.
I mean, at this point, voice copying for AI has gotten insanely dangerous.
Don't you talk about my SpongeBob songs like that. I love the SpongeBob AI music.
For some reason, AI is extremely good and loves to do Joe Rogan's voice.
Yeah. And I've seen that because I've seen people use that for TikTok.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
it's just it's gotten to the point where you can basically deepfakes have gotten to the point where you can almost ruin people
Forever.
just based off of a voice.
Yeah.
Like you take a clip, find a clip where the mouth syncs up pretty well.
Yeah.
Because it's not
Yeah.
that hard to do. And just make the AI say whatever the fuck you want it to.
And that's how you get people canceled.
And that's the problem with cancel.
Yeah.
We've gotten to the point where it's just making it easier.
And I don't like it. I like that we have the technology. I don't like that it's so easy,
Yeah.
that it's so accessible. I'm depressed now.
Yeah, tech like that should not be accessible for the average person.
Like Chat GPT, yeah, that helps kids with their homework.
Yeah, that helps people cheat. That's fine.
Yeah,
I don't care.
That's really it.
That's cool. Hopefully you learn something while you're cheating. Don't be dumb.
Yeah. Well, that's why they had to cheat,
Yeah.
because they were dumb. That's why.
Jesus Christ, dude.
What?
So my niece, Paige,
Yeah.
is in 5th grade.
Oh no.
And she was going over some spelling words.
Can she not spell? She can't spell right.
This 5th grade spelling homework. Would
Oh,
you like to know some of
Yeah.
the words that's on this shit?
Yeah.
It's sit. Is.
we learned that in kindergarten.
Yeah. I was sitting there going, Paige, what grade are you in? 5th. These are your spelling words? And I really wanted so badly to go, are you in a special ed class?
Oh my
Are you supposed to be riding the short bus?
Jesus Christ.
And then I found out, no, she's just in a normal class. And apparently in 4th grade, they didn't do any spelling whatsoever. And I'm just sitting there going, so is she in a special program for illiteracy? What's going on here?
It is
She's in 5th grade, dude. And these are her questions.
biggest question of all. Did she get it right?
No, I wasn't even paying attention. I remember at one point somebody saying you missed something on It's, and I was like, "How do you miss something on It's?"
Other than the
And then I'm pretty sure he was just being an ass because he went, "You're missing the apostrophe," and I was like, "You fuck
Yeah.
you."
yeah.
Okay, I missed the apostrophe. Fuck you. Fuck your punctuation.
We got kids in 5th grade learning kindergarten words, man. We're all fucked. Oh. That breaks my brain.
Yeah, and honestly, I'm thinking the school system has just been governed so hard that they're trying to make people stupid
Yeah.
and dependent on like tech and shit. It's just gotten to that point. Now we're in the conspiracy theory section of the podcast.
We'll save that for next episode because I'm sure we have probably conspiracy theories going on. What happened in Maui? What happened in California?
I was praying for them to just break off and float away.
Oh my God.
I'm done with California.
You just wanted the San Andreas fault to finally hit.
Yeah, I'm just done with it. Like, I said that, and Kalina was like, "Why do you talk like this?" I was like, I don't want them to sink. I just want them to float away. Go away.
There's just a halfway point between America and Hawaii. It's just LAX. That's what it's meant for now.
Just land there, fill up, zoom off.
Yes.
Like, the fires, the earthquakes, they can fuck off. The world's been trying to fucking destroy them forever. Just go away.
California. I don't believe that because I still like Disneyland. I don't support his ideals. It's okay though.
Disneyland is cool, but it's the rest of it I hate. All of it.
If we ever get big enough and do a live tour, I guess we're not doing California. That's for sure. I guess it'll be
I'll do an hour set on just fuck you.
it'll be 49 of the other 50 states, which is sad because we'll go to Alaska before we go to California.
Fuck yeah.
There's nothing in
I'll
Alaska.
go to Cuba.
This is how we
Go to
become
Puerto Rico.
war criminals
Go
and
to
our
Puerto Rico and Cuba and
Ecuador and all of them.
yeah. Go hang out down there.
No. So here's the thing. Terry's wife.
Hmm.
She's Ecuadorian. She's from Ecuador. She went up to Ecuador. She got her. She went up for like 2 weeks to visit family, her and her daughter. She got her hair and nails done professionally, and it was like super cheap.
Hmm.
But the thing that threw me off the most, and the thing that threw Morgan off the most, is she got her teeth fixed. She got a bridge for $160. Morgan looked at me and she's like, "We could spend the same amount of money that they did for all of my teeth that I'm currently paying now, and we could live like kings in Ecuador for like 3 weeks." And I was like, "Yeah, we honestly could."
Yeah.
Because like
Like a flight to Ecuador costs less than most medical bills.
yes, very much so. Because they got theirs for like $700 from here to Dallas. But the only bad part about it was the delays, was the layovers. Because it was an 8-hour layover in Dallas, and then an 8-hour layover in Miami, and then to Ecuador.
So sleep time.
I was like, just
I'm
get
gonna
in.
fly, I'm asleep. It's fly, I'm asleep.
Exactly.
Then we'll just when we get there, we'll fucking blow some money.
I was like, Jesus Christ, because they get to Dallas and they stay all day at the airport. I was like, wouldn't be me. I'd be having so much fun. 8 hours in Dallas? 6 hours really in Dallas because of changeover.
Bro, I had a fucking
Six Flags.
when I was doing my training for Slumberjay, we had a layover in Vegas,
Yeah. Oh no.
and from the Las Vegas airport, you can see the Konami building. And I was sitting there looking over the fucking like runways and shit, going, "I want to go so bad."
I would die.
Just thinking, cards, cards, cards.
Games, cards.
I was like, "So how long do you think it's going to take me in Vegas to get over to that building?" Because I got an hour layover.
You're just running.
Fucking break through the fucking
Parkour through the buildings just to get to.
break out of a fucking light gate and just fucking book it across the tarmac.
I want to go to Konami. That's not the first thing you hear when you get to Vegas.
No,
Is I want to go to the Konami building.
that's the first thought that went through my head. I was like, "Going on, let's see it."
I see it. I don't see it.
I was sitting there going, "Soldier, soldier."
Oh my fucking god. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as we begin to wind down, as we are doing our bulk recording for these episodes, we want to remind you guys that now we are doing on the Drop Zone page at our store, we are doing Drop Zone TCG packs.
Like,
We're selling our own mystery packs. Pokemon cards, Yu-Gi-Oh, and Magic.
slam them all together.
Fun. No,
You're back to the like 9 cards with 3 of each in there.
you're giving away our business secrets. No, so you guys have an actual better opportunity at getting some of the cards that you normally wouldn't be able to get in regular packs.
Some chase cards.
Yeah, so there are a lot of good chase cards that are coming in the first wave, which will be Pokemon, as you have a good probability, because I think we're only doing 20 right now for launch when these come out. So you have a 1 in 20 chance of getting the Charizard EX, which is $20 by itself. Actually, it's going up. So these packs come out at anywhere from like $8 to $9. We haven't set the price yet, but if you're winning a $30 card off a $9 pack,
Yeah.
like, so that is what we are pushing, trying to get our bulk out. But we also have a lot of EX, a lot of full arts, a lot of shit that we are like, you know what? Let's do better than the current market. Let's make it more fun. Let's make it more easy. Because Jesus, we've already spent so much trying to get. We didn't even get that chase. We bought the booster box. We didn't get the chase Charizard, but we got a Charizard, and I was like, okay.
Just throw one Lorcana card into each pack.
Bro, Lorcana, dude, is so expensive, and we will get into that in the next episode.